but a fulfillment of something that happened. Before I get to that scripture, I want to show you another scripture, all right? And I want you to hold on to this scripture, and we will talk about it for a moment. Zephaniah 3:9 says, for then, now this for then refers to when the Messiah comes. For then, when the Messiah comes, I will restore to the peoples, just notice peoples is plural because the word here is nations. I'll restore to the nations a pure language, that they all may call on the name of the Lord to serve him with one accord. Will you remember the phrase one accord? Will you remember that? Hello? It's just two words. Remember the phrase one accord. I'm going to restore, when the Messiah comes, I'm going to restore to the peoples, the nations, all the nations, a pure language so they can worship me and call on the Lord with one accord. So remember one accord, okay? Now, the other thing I want you to notice is a pure language. Every language in the world has curse words in it. Every language in the world has filthy words, dirty words in it. But he said, I'm going to restore a pure language. So is he talking about the language of heaven? Because when we get to heaven, there aren't going to be dirty words. No filthy speech in heaven. No impure, immoral words. But the big word I want you to see in this verse is restore. He didn't say I'm going to give a pure language. He said I'm going to bring back. I'm going to restore a pure language so they can be in one accord to all the nations. Everyone follow me? So if he's going to bring it back, when did he take it away? Well, back in Genesis 11, there's a story about the Tower of Babel. The word Babel, by the way, means confusion. By the way, Babylon, the city, Babylon, means sown, planted in confusion. So go back to Genesis 11, and let me just say something else. What language did they speak before the Tower of Babel? And don't say Hebrew, because God didn't start the Jewish nation until Genesis 12, the next chapter, with Abraham. But they all spoke one language. And he's going to bring back a pure language. Genesis 11, verse 1. Now the whole earth had one language. The whole earth had one language and one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly. They had brick for stone, they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, now we're going to stop right there. We're going to see what the Lord said, but I'd like to just hypothesize for a moment about what the Lord said. I'd like to just imagine what the Lord said. So they're trying to build a tower to heaven. I would think that the Lord would have come down and said something like this. You go, what y'all doing? You building a tower to heaven? How's that working out for you? Y'all going to build a tower that goes to heaven. Good luck. Go for it. Because surely they couldn't do that. But I just want you to watch what the Lord said. Verse 4, and they said, come, let us build this tower to heaven, And then look at verse 6. And the Lord said, indeed the people are one. Could we say in one accord? And they all have one language. And they can all understand each other, by the way. And this is what they begin to do, build this tower to heaven. Now watch what God says. Now nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. Now this is pretty amazing. They want to build a tower to heaven, and God said, since they're in unity and they have this language, they could actually do what they're trying to do. Nothing they propose to do will be withheld from them if they have this language and they're in unity. Now I can tell you're not ahead of me yet. In Acts chapter 2, they get a language that everybody can understand, and they're all in one accord. Can I say it one more time? With this language, if they'll come together in unity, nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. If I can get my people in unity, in one accord, and using this pure language, nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. And in